Alright, welcome back to more Elder Scrolls Online. Let's pick up where we stopped. So we had killed the boss, and now we have to retrieve the Basalt Prism. Let's go see what that is.
That's remarkably unimpressive.
Looks can be deceiving, my dear VP. This is our prize.
Hooray.
I wouldn't mind taking a look around this vault before we leave. Quite a trove we've discovered.
Okay, I don't think there's really much more for us to do in here. We've helped them retrieve the prism, so let's just, and there is no loot, so let's just head to the top. Okay, let's change our weapons. We do have the clan fair. Matriarch is here somewhere. We're not seeing her yet. Oh yeah, there she is. Okay, let's move on. So let's talk to Naramo.
Another successful expedition. There were hiccups, yes, but a few bruises and one broken limb are a small price to pay for a find like this. Speaking of our find, do you have the prism?
Yes, I have it right here.
Excellent. I've already devised a number of experiments to test its capabilities. If the prism does function as a tonal codex, every scholarly journal in Tamriel will take notice. You'll receive some credit, of course. A glowing footnote, at least.
Do you think anyone will follow in Lenarman's footsteps, looking for the heart of Loken?
Regrettably, yes. When I gather with other Dwemer scholars, I will make it my mission to stress the raw magnitude of Lenarman's failure. But there's no reasoning with some people. The mystique of the heart is just too strong. More's the pity.
Alright, you mentioned splitting the profits.
Yes, of course. Never let it be said that Naramo doesn't compensate his assistants. Your aid proved invaluable. I trust this is adequate. Until we meet again, my friend.
So we'll get Naramo's lightning stick and the artificer's coat of the War Maiden. At least he gave us 400 gold. It's not like the usual 300 we always get, so let's just complete it. Alright. Naramo's lightning stick added to mementos. Oh, it's a memento. Let's take a look in here. Okay, let's see. Naramo's lightning stick. The artificer Naramo rewarded you with this dwarven electrified cane as a memento of your adventure in the ruins of Chilengting. Awarded for completing the quest that deals with the Chilengting public dungeon. So let's see what it does. Say that's underwhelming. Okay, but at least we completed that. We also got some armor. Alright. I need to head back to this town here. I've noticed something that has caught my eye. Oh. That said Sadrith Mora. We should be heading there next, because we've not been to that place yet. But I want to repair our armor, so let's head back to Vivek City. now that we're here, I need to repair some of our armor and take a look at a few more things. I think we can repair it. Oh, this is a guild trader. Let's look and see if there are any new recipes here. Let's see, we're looking for crafting and we're looking for provisioning. We're looking for food recipe. Quality. Well, legendaries are hard to find, but let's try epic. No items found. No items found. Yeah, all they do is all they have is so increase maximum health by 5395 and stamina for 4936 by 1 hour. I don't think what we have is better than this. Magic on stamina by 4936. I think we already have, the radish salad with pumpkin seeds. Yeah, this one is not worth 25 grand. Let's take a look at this one again. I guess we'll take that one. Hold on a second. Yeah, we'll take that. It will be available the next time we log into the game. Right now, let's do some repairing. Would probably need a merchant. So let's just talk to this guy here.
Vivek City, home.
Yeah, we can extract from some of these glyphs. It's gonna take us a long while to level up our enchanting. So I'm not gonna worry too much about that. Okay, the place we want to head to is Sadrith Mora. Well, let's see. I'm also gonna look into melee weapons because I'm feeling a bit itchy. I feel like I want to switch out our secondary weapon to maybe make it a lightning staff. But you never know. This is a maze, so let's just research all the weapons. Yeah, let's just research that because I've been thinking maybe we might want to swap out our healing staff for a lightning staff. But all that's in the works. Let's head to Sadrith Mora. we're on the right track. We just have to keep moving. Wait, is there a horse stable in this town? We're about 1 or 2 levels away from maxing out our speed on the ride. Let's take a look on the map and see where we are. Okay, wow, that's still a long way away. I decided let's just get off the roads, because I think if we try to stick to the roads, it's going to take us forever to get there. We're getting there. It looks like we're gonna have to go around the trial if we want to get to Sadrith Mora. I don't think this is a smart idea coming here, but there is no way through. Okay, so here's the trial. And it looks like to get to... Oh, we have a heavy sack here. We got some dragon thorn. It looks like to get to Sadrith Mora, we're gonna have to go behind this trial. do you know, a whole new area that we had totally missed. I thought we were...
Keeping myself busy here.
I thought we were almost... I thought we had seen everything in Vvardenfell, but I was absolutely wrong. Okay, so we've discovered that. Do they have a horse place here in Sadrith Mora? No, they don't. Okay, let's start finding out what's going on around this place.
Oh, dear Tywin, how I long to... Ah, love! How cruel the fates that keep me from my heart's desire and force me to lock away my true feelings. Chains bind my heart, yet it yearns to beat free.
You have problems with the love of your life?
Oh, what does an outlander know about the complexities of Dunmerry love? But you're only trying to help, and maybe I do need a simpler perspective. How does an outlander convince an overbearing mother that the object of their affection is worthy?
Your mother doesn't approve of your relationship?
Of course not. Tywin is a slave. My mother's slave. I tried to buy her freedom. The mother laughed at the mere suggestion that I'd be allowed to sully our reputation with a noir bride. Perhaps an outlander's offer wouldn't rouse her suspicion.
Alright, slow down. I may be willing to help, but I don't know if I want to buy a slave.
I don't expect you to pay, obviously. It's just that Mother might reveal what it would take for her to release Tywin if it was anyone but me asking. Knowing that might give me some idea of how to free my love. It couldn't hurt to ask, could it?
I can do that, but won't your mother be suspicious if I ask about Tywin?
Tell her you've heard Tywin excels at finding red star shells. Telvannie wizards prize them, and they're very rare. Most of the locals know that Tywin is the best at finding them. Mother loves to gloat.
Alright, I'll speak to your mother about Tywin.
I couldn't bear gazing upon Tywin since Mother rebuked me. But now, I can't wait to see her lovely face again. I'll be down at the swamp where she hunts shells. Come find me once you've finished dealing with Mother. She'll be at our tower.
Okay, there is that, but I think there is also another quest nearby here.
Mind your step. I would not want you to step on this random patch of grass. I jest, of course. The Telvanni force me to work, but I make sure it brings them no pleasure. I see you wear no shackles. Do you seek work? I know someone who needs help.
Okay, this Zagornian looks unique. Tell me more.
In truth, you would be helping many Saxhleel, myself included. During my latest escape attempt, I met an amber beauty with eyes like summer rain. Her Lucial name is Sun in Shadow, but I call her my heart. She hatches a plan to set us free.
What do you need me to do?
Seek her out in Tel Naga. If I know my heart, she will be sunning herself in the light of some book. Always reading that one, always learning. If all goes to plan, she will read her books beside me in the boughs of a hist. Soon, I hope.
Alright, I'll go talk to Sun in Shadow.
Walk with Sithis, my friend, and mind the Telvanni. They spin lies like an elder at the yarn wheel.
Who are the Telvanni exactly?
Mages, mostly. Members of the so-called Great House Telvanni. One of the 4 great houses of the Dark Elves. They love using that word, great. Great at ruining lives, perhaps.
So they all keep Argonians as slaves?
Yes, and Khajiit also. You see, for a Telvanni, life is nothing but a cheap struggle for mastery and control. Mastery of their dry-skinned magics, control of their mushroom towers, and dominion over people. People like us.
Yeah, tell me, how did you end up here?
I ventured too far from the hist and did not heed the bird signs. Dark elf slavers spine-hooked me near Thorn. I escaped 4 times, but never for long. Eventually the Telvanni bought me, at a discount I am told. I take pride in that at least.
Is this legal?
Laws are slippery things. The Ebonheart Pact outlawed Argonian slavery, but House Telvanni refused to join the pact. In truth, I cannot imagine how they would live without slaves. The Magisters are like overstuffed crocodiles, dangerous, but lazy.
Can I help break you free?
I thank you for your offer, but I tire of breaking free only to be recaptured a day later. Sun in Shadow's plan will earn us a lasting freedom. If you help her, you help me.
Okay. Alright, so I think this is probably the quest that's going to give us, if you look at this, if you go to collections, we talked about this a few episodes back. There was something here in personalities. Telvannie Magister. The one that says rewarded for completing the Telvannie questline in Vvardenfell. I think if we do this quest, we'll probably get that personality. So, we do have Bound by Love, and we do have a hireling of House Telvanni. I think let's do a hireling of House Telvanni first.
Yes. Can I help you, Suryo?
Sun in Shadow, Ioki sent me.
Bless his eyes. Yes, I'm Sun in Shadow. Ioki told you I have a plan to earn our freedom, right? It will require finesse and discretion. I trust that I can count on you for both. To earn my freedom, I need the help of Magister Theramit.
Okay, who is she?
She's a recently elevated Telvannie Magister. Not so set in her ways as the others, and probably more likely to remember her early struggles. I know she wants something from Zane Tararis. I need to find out what it is, then get it for her.
Do you have any idea what she wants?
I'm afraid not. I traded in some favors to get a better idea of what she's seeking, but I learned very little. Apparently her mouth, Erevan Ontham, has some correspondence that might give us a clue. I need that letter.
So you can earn your freedom?
Oh, yes. House Telvanni has its warts, but it's a true meritocracy. With enough guile and cunning, even a lowly slave can sit on the council. I've studied spellcraft since before I could lift a broom. All I need now is the sponsorship of a magister.
How do you earn the Magister's approval?
Tharana's been haranguing the council, trying to get their help in claiming Zane Tararis from House Redrin. She wants something in that shrine. I aim to get it for her. Her mouth, Erevan Ontham, has a letter that contains the clues we need.
Alright, I'll try to get the information for you.
Be cautious in the council house, Sarah. House Telvanni is not just some beast you can slay. In this place, subtlety will serve you better than any shield. We have to play the game.
You've told me how this plan helps you, but how does it help Ioki?
Truthfully, it doesn't. Not yet. Telvanni plots take time to develop. If I demand Ioki's freedom too early, I show my hand. Suddenly, he's a valuable piece in the game, moved and sacrificed as the Magisters see fit.
So you're protecting him by keeping him in chains?
Do I sense a rebuke? It's not ideal, I know. Look, I treasure Ioki. He's placed his trust in me. I hope you'll do the same.
How did you and Ioki meet?
It was during one of his many escape attempts. I was cleaning Master Otheri's tableware when Ioki burst through the kitchen door, dragging his chains behind him. He threw open the window and started to climb through it. Then he saw me.
And then?
He hesitated, even smiled. You don't see Mars slaves smile much. Certainly not when they're being chased by Nyx hounds. They dragged him off and threw him in the dry box. He told me he'd spend a year in there if it meant seeing me again.
You two seem pretty different.
There's an old alchemist's proverb. No reaction is ever so forceful as the mixing of opposing components. A mouthful, I know, but it fits. Ioki and I occupy different poles on the same spear. He keeps me grounded. I keep him safe.
Okay, so we need to find Erevan Ontim's chambers. That's the mouth of the Magister. I'm thinking maybe her plan is to climb up the hierarchy of the Telvanni and then use her influence later on to free Eoki. Let's take a look up here before we rush out. There's a soul gem. That's going to be considered stealing. Let's look for a couple of books here and see if we can find anything that will tell us more about the Telvanni. Let's see, Blessed Almalexia's Fables for Afternoon. I've not been enjoying Vivek's sermons, but the lore that deals with Almalexia and Sothasil I have found very interesting, so let's read this. Blessed Almalexia's Fables for Afternoon. The Crow and the Netch. I really have to replace this chair very soon. It's really annoying me. One day, a curious crow decided to fly farther than he ever flew before. He flew and finally came upon a creature that he found very strange. Friend, he called as he flew by the creature. Friend, what is it that you are? I have never seen a flying beast such as you. They call me a Netch, the good Netch replied. A Netch? A Netch? That's quite the catch, the crow cackled. Tell me, Netch, how is it that you fly? I've flown these short shores since I was born, the Netch replied. I do not know how. Don't know how? No, don't know. Oh, what a show. The crow called out. Where are your glossy feathers that help you glide? I have no need of feathers to glide, the Netch explained, but I have a strong, thick hide to protect me. A hide? Oh, what a find, the crow mocked. Tell me, Netch, where are your eyes? I need no eyes to sail the skies, as you can see plainly, the Netch once more replied. No eyes to sail the skies, the prideful crow continued, but it makes you far uglier than I, and he began to laugh at the Netch's misfortune. The crow's laughter grew louder and louder, eventually attracting a nearby cliff racer. The beast swooped down upon the crow, swallowing him whole, and he could mock the Netch no more. The Netch simply sighed and said, Mocking others is for naught, for none can change their own weaknesses. The Gifted Gwar. One day a farmer decided to give his daughter a gift. She had started a family of her own and he wished good fortune for her. He chose his finest gwar and brought it to his daughter's new home. His daughter was delighted at this gift, but her husband only glared. You didn't even let us choose, the husband asked angrily. What if this gwar is sick or old or weak? I must at least inspect it before it's left in our care. The daughter tried to calm her husband, but the farmer simply nodded and said, You may examine this gwar as you see fit. The husband inspected every inch of the gwar, even forcing the beast to open its mighty jaws to look at the state of its teeth. Well, it will have to do, the husband conceded, though he knew it was a fine gwar indeed. The farmer stroked his chin. You know, I think you're right. You should be able to pick whichever gwar you wish. I know there's plenty for sale in the local market. The husband simply gaped as his father-in-law walked back home, gwar in hand. His wife slapped her husband's arm and told him, You fool, never look a gift gwar in the mouth. The child of the counselor. One summer's day, our counselor was walking along the market in her splendid regalia, attended by her many servants. She was so splendid that a small mare in the crowd told his mother, I wish my mother was a counselor instead of you. The little mare never expected the counselor to hear her, nor did he expect her to turn toward him in the crowd. I have heard your wish, little one, and I accept, she told the open-mouthed little mare. You will be my child, and you will have all that you wish. The little mare was immediately taken to the counselor's manor and placed in a room with toys and sweets. He laughed and clapped his hands, playing and eating all he wished, but soon he grew bored and went to speak to a servant. It's no fun playing by myself, he told the servant. Can I have someone to play with? The child of the counselor has no equal, the servant told him. There is none worthy to play with you. The Littlemer had little time to think on this when a scholar came to his room. The scholar looked upon the Littlemer with scorn and said, Your lessons should have begun hours ago. The child of the counselor must know many great things. The Littlemer was made to listen to the scholar's lectures for hours and hours, and soon his head ached with all that he was to know. Eventually it was time for dinner, but the Littlemer's troubles were not over. In those clothes, in that state, cried his servant, horrified. You must be washed and clothed if you are to be presented as the child of the counselor. And so the Littlemer was scrubbed roughly and forced into very uncomfortable clothes. By this point, the Littlemer was almost in tears. He missed his home and his clothes and his friends, but most of all, he missed his mother, who he had never gone a day without. When the Littlemer was finally sent to the dining hall, he was met with a surprise. Seated at the dining table was his family, all laughing and smiling. He ran to his mother's arms and cried, I'm sorry, I want you to be my mother after all. The counselor, who was seated at the head of the table, smiled and told the Littlemer, You have learned a very important lesson, my child. We often forget to be thankful for what we have, when thinking only of what we want. I gotta say, I love Al Malaxio's fables. Alright, we're more than half an hour in. Let's take a break. We'll be right back with more Elder Scrolls Online.